Hello, everybody. DarkPhoenix Gaming here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kaiserreich, Legacy of the Weltkrieg, as the Qing Empire. Last time we left off, we had finished some fairly massive reclamation of old Chinese imperial territory. We took back the Qing, or whatever the hell they're called, the splinter faction around this area. The Zibei, in this giant, most of this giant area here, were declared on by Mongolia. And when we sent them an ultimatum of join us and become part of our empire again or die, they chose to join us, rather wisely. And right now, we're getting our forces arrayed for my planned invasion of the Yunnan clique. The Yunnan are my next target before we go after Mongolia, because my targets for future military expansion at this moment in time, for the purpose of reclaiming the old empire's territories, my targets in that order are the Yunnan, Mongolia, and the Republic of China. As after we yoink the Republic of China and the Yunnan and Mongolia, we will have all the territories that are basically what used to consist of China, along with a few extras, because Bhutan and Nepal have been annexed now. And after we have mainland China, I'm back, with the exception of the Japanese and German stuff, we can start looking to other targets. For instance, starting to establish parts of India as targets and expanding our empire beyond what used to be China. We can start doing that after these fellows are dealt with. But speaking of Nepal and Bhutan, we need to decide what we're going to do with them. After our successful campaign in the Himalayas, we now have the task of establishing a new administrative authority in order to restore peace. There are several options available to us, and we will continue the military occupation. We basically decided that China will run Bhutan. Is how we're gonna do things right now. That American Civil War is turning out to be a little bit complicated for them. Apparently Canada has not decided to do one of the things they usually do. Because usually when this whole thing is going on, usually Canada will decide that they are going to nab New England. They have not. And right now, the American government and the CSA are fighting over it. Speaking of which, our Weltkrieg hospital system is done. I'll keep moving down that tree so that attrition gives us less problems when we're fighting in future. Let's see. We have 8 divisions here. I could move one over to there, but I don't think I want to. I'll just have them all hang out there. Because I want to have the whole border covered so we can pretty much attack everywhere, if possible, against the Yunnan. Automatic field tabulator is done. Now, still gotta do all of these for the boost to my research and computing stuff. We have blueprints, and that helps. Skill 5, that'll do me, I suppose. Oh my god, I almost forgot that I had that minimized. Oh well. Busy upgrading the hell out of our divisions right now, so that's handy. We can put 12 into upgrades right now. We're only putting a fraction of what we actually need into upgrades and production. So it's going to take a while before we get any new divisions or anything. Most of our infantry is still upgrading to 1926, and we have either 1931 or 1936 tech by now. But anyways, the new Reformation, political. Today's celebrations for the Year of the Ox have ended, and again, Puyi is planning to take the stage tonight for a speech concerning the next year. What is the focus of Puyi's speech going to be tonight? We should look to the ox, as it may give us direction. The ox speaks little, but eloquently, and is inspirational, but also quick to anger. We'll talk about the new Reformation. Duh. Upgrades and everything are coming along, and the rest of the world is doing their thing. But for the most part, as I've said before, we don't really care a lot about the rest of the world. For the very, very, very simple reason, and yeah, we are 1936 infantry, so that's good. We don't really care much about the rest of the world for the quite simple reason that right now, China is focused on China. We want to reunify the Chinese Empire before we start looking into foreign affairs or anything like that. The Alash Order tried to claim some new lands in Russia and quote-unquote advance the frontier, so the Russians have declared war on them. Oh dear, Russia, you may have done something very, very stupid. Because Russia, and I think the diplomatic map mode shows this best. Russia is now at war with the Alash Order and Finland and the Soviets. And I should probably remind you, the area the Soviets control is the bulk of the Russian industry, minus what Finland has nabbed. So Russia has in fact done something very, very stupid. They have just started another war when they had enough problems already, and the smart thing to do would have been just to back off and let the Alash Order do what they like. But no. They're going to start another war because pride. Fuck your pride, Russia. It's gonna get you killed. Fuck your pride. Austria's basically decided to stick with the dual monarchy. Unlike what I usually do when I play as Russia, where I always try and centralize it, and that leads to a massive civil war because the rest of the empire doesn't like that and they want to break away. Because of course. Bhutan, I told you, maintain the occupation. That one doesn't want to go away, it seems. So for now, I'm going to save the game. And we'll declare war on the Yunnan now. Since we don't have an option to do this diplomatically, war it is. War it is. We'll increase our descent by 1.1%. Oh well. Let's get everyone attacking. Oh, I didn't realize being there was going to make you have to do that, or I would have had you both positioned. And better. Actually, we'll have you attack there and you attack there. Now, where's the bloodies? Hang at. All of you attack like that. Turn that on, as well as the battles. Victories coming in for us everywhere. Which Treaty of Archangelisk. Let's see. Russia went with. Okay, let's cover this real quick. The thing with Russia and Finland. Russia went with offer peace treaty, recognize Finnish territorial gains, and the Treaty of Archangelisk, which I think that's some province up here, but I don't actually know which one. Finnish geography is not exactly my strong suit. And Finland went with accept proposal, this is more than we hoped. So basically all of the stuff Finland occupied belongs to them now. Quite a lot, in fact. Though I imagine Russia's going to try to do something about that in future and just basically do negotiating do my personal form of negotiation, which is basically negotiations at rifle point. Basically, negotiation through superior firepower, as you might also call it. This unit has no mission. Go there and squish them, please. Yes. What's going on? Victory. Oh, I see, I see. Get those out of the way. Big event. Siberia just declared independence from Russia. Russia went with, "We shall fight to keep our authority over Siberia" in the Siberian Assembly. And Siberia declared independence, so you know what's gonna happen next. Siberia is probably going to declare... It's probably gonna have war declared on them by Russia. If they aren't already at war with them, I mean. They aren't at war with them. Though, like I said, that probably won't last long. We must turn to Japan for protection in Russia. Siberia went with, "We must turn to Japan for protection in Russia is attacking us." Siberia declared war on Russia. Russian Pacific Fleet mutiny happened. And Soviet Russia went with, "Ignore them, they will not last long," in relations with Siberia. So the Soviets have just basically decided that Siberia doesn't matter because they're going to be annihilated soon enough, so we won't even bother to establish diplomatic relations. That is basically what they are going for right now. Let's see. What did Japan do here? Japan went with send aid and announce our protection over Siberia, and Siberia wants our help. Siberia entered a military alliance with Japan, Transtimor, and Fentian Republic. Japan joined the war on the same side as Siberia in their war against Russia. Transtimor joined the war on the same side as Japan and Siberia in their war against Russia. Fentian Republic joined the war on the same side also. Japan made Siberia their puppet state. Russia went with, and finally Russia went with, recognize the independence of Siberia in Japan protects Siberia. And Japan accepted the peace treaty with Russia for return to status quo. So that has basically neutered Russia. That's the end of Russia as a significant world power in this particular playthrough. Russia is over. They're not going to last long, and if they want to deal with... And not only are they not going to last long, but that's also something of a problem for me, because we're eventually going to have to fight Japan for control of the Fentian Republic. And this opens up another front, because we will also have to battle Siberia as well, thanks to the fact that they're a Japanese puppet state. Which will mean I'll need some additional divisions on that front to be able to wage war realistically against them. Counting machine is done. I'll go for basic computing machine now. And right now, we are just going to continue on crushing the Yunnan here. Japan went with Let the Sun Rise in the Rising Sun. I don't actually know what that event does for them, though, so I couldn't tell you what effect it's going to have on our situation. Let's see here. First of all, you do that. We'll just circle around a bunch. You can just keep marching like that. And also my other armies given additional orders to continue their march after the fact. I'm just basically going to tear these idiots to shreds. They can enjoy being obliterated on all fronts. Not even worth me bringing up in so many ways. Let's see, what did Japan go with there? I have to go back. Japan went with, we must bring down the German Goliath in the Rising Sun. They're going to war with Germany. I see, I see. That could be either good or bad, depending on at what point the Japanese occupy Germany's Chinese territories here. Because we want those, if at all possible. And if Japan manages to get to them first, then we will have to fight the Japanese to get what we're after. Something that could be a little bit of a headache. Because it's already going to be a problem having to fight the Japanese. Because they're just so much more powerful than we are at the start. Yunnan clique defeated us somewhere. Down here with those 6 divisions, I see. That army could just hold its current location then. And it's gonna take us a little while to deal with these folks, but we'll get it done, and eventually I'll just link up my current forces, and we can smash those forces with just overwhelming numbers. At least that's the current plan. Rebellion in Korea. Oh yeah, took them long enough. The Koreans have finally risen up. Koreans have finally decided to rise up against Japan. Good luck, Korea. Put my equipment to good use. Now, Interceptor 1924 is done. On to Interceptor 1930. Russia has decided they want the Tsar back. Right, have fun with that. Not like having a Tsar's really gonna help you much either way, though. Because you're basically screwed right now. there. And we are very successfully pushing them back right now. There. All their northern crap is mine now. Let's see. Actually, you folks can do that. I think this rather large army of 6 divisions we've got going on there is more of a priority for me. Attack them on multiple fronts. And we'll see if that doesn't break this army. Just throw overwhelming numbers at them. Republic of China can't do anything about Korea, apparently. And yes, we've basically crushed them at this point, so... Now, you arrive, please. Once they arrive there, I'm going to send that army to do a bit of a U-turn and neutralize the guys up there. Actually, on second thought, you go off and do that. Bosnia's been annexed. Right. 9 divisions now? Great. But we squished them before. So now we've got that covered. Come on. Imperial wedding. On this day, Puyi, Emperor of the Qing Empire, decided to make Tan Yuling a member of the Tatala clan, his second concubine or third wife. For this great day, big celebrations and festivals were organized to celebrate the wedding. We lose a bit of money, a bit of supplies, and national descent goes down by 1, which the reduction in national descent is utterly worthless to us since we don't have any descent right now. Still, it's a nice gesture. It doesn't mean much, but it's a nice gesture. The French have occupied part of Switzerland. Lovely. We're still pushing on towards the last strategic points we need to take for this war. Erich von Ludendorff has died, apparently. Or, as you might also know him, that dude other than Hindenburg, who was kind of dictator of Germany during World War I. Clearly the best name ever for anyone. That dude who did this thing a couple decades ago is what he is, more or less. Siberian crisis is over. Yeah, it's over because you decided you couldn't fight. I guess over is one way to look at it. sounds a little more positive. That sounds a little less positive than I would have gone for, but still. If Germany loses influence in China, it will start a domino effect in toppling the German Empire. What are you going to do, Japan? What are you going to do? Tell me. What is it you plan to do? That would be some useful information to have. Okay. Now kindly head over there and murder their faces.